I funded this house, Daniel, not you. We'll finish this with attorneys.
You can't just throw that around.
I just did. Now get out. This isn't
didn't
over.
Leave
Take
that
the papers.
night
Keep
because
them.
of a dinner reservation. I left because I finally heard the truth out loud. And once you hear the truth clearly, you can't pretend anymore. My name is Robert Hayes. I'm 76 years old. 3 years ago, after my wife passed away, I sold the house we had lived in for 40 years. The money from that sale became the down payment on my son Daniel's new home in Phoenix, Arizona. He told me, "Dad, we'll all live together. You won't be alone." I believed him. I never asked to have my name added to the deed. When you trust your son, paperwork feels unnecessary. That night was supposed to be a celebration. My daughter-in-law, Emily, had just received a major promotion at work. Daniel made a reservation at Skyline Grill, one of those restaurants where a single entree costs more than my weekly groceries. That afternoon, I cleaned the kitchen. I folded the kids' laundry. I ironed Daniel's white shirt until the collar sat perfectly flat. When I heard the garage door open, I walked into the hallway smiling. I thought they were coming to get me. Emily stepped inside first, wearing a red dress and expensive perfume. Daniel followed behind her, holding the car keys. I asked gently, "What time is the reservation?" Emily paused. She looked at me like she had forgotten I was there. Daniel cleared his throat. "Dad, tonight it's just us. Emily, the kids, and me." I thought he was joking. "I'll get my jacket," I said. Emily tilted her head slightly. "No, Robert, someone has to stay home." Daniel didn't look at me. Emily continued, "Just heat up whatever's in the fridge. Don't waste food." The words weren't loud, but they were clear. Daniel stared at the floor like it might rescue him. I waited. I waited for my son to say something, to say, "He's coming with us," to say, "He's family." Instead, he muttered, "Thanks, Dad," and walked out the door. The house went quiet, the kind of quiet that feels heavy. I sat at the kitchen table with a bowl of instant soup. The refrigerator hummed. My hands smelled like bleach from cleaning. And for the first time, I understood something painful. I wasn't living there as a father. I was living there as unpaid help. Since my wife died, I had been babysitting, cleaning, cooking, maintaining the yard. I told myself it was love, but that night I realized it was convenience. 3 years earlier, I had handed Daniel the check from selling my home. He promised, "We'll be a family." Trust makes an older man vulnerable. That night, I opened my closet. Behind the winter blankets was an envelope. I had been quietly preparing for months, not dramatically, not angrily, just carefully. Inside were copies of every bank transfer, every receipt from the sale of my house, every message where Daniel called it our investment. I packed only what belonged to me: my clothes, my photo albums, my late wife's watch, and that folder. When they came home later that night, laughing, relaxed from wine and celebration, they expected to find me in my room. Instead, they found it empty. On Daniel's pillow was a single envelope. Inside was a note. It said, "We'll talk next week, with attorneys present." And underneath it were documents they'd never expected me to keep. Documents that proved the down payment didn't come from Daniel, it came from me. If you were Daniel, would you fight to keep the house, or would you finally fight to keep your father? And if you were in my place, would you have stayed, or would you have left sooner? Tell me honestly in the comments. If this story hit close to home, write dignity below. And follow this channel, because in part 2, I'll tell you what Daniel did when he realized I wasn't bluffing. Some lessons come late in life, but they still come.